Won't take long. Look at your Twitch.
Twitch is loading.
Okay.
We're good. No.
Press go starting.
Okay. Where is it? All right, welcome race fans, and thank you for tuning in to Twitch TV. This is the GT Motor Club. We are proud to present a brand new Gran Turismo Sport Endurance Championship, broadcasted live here on Fridays, 11:30 Eastern Time, live here on Twitch.
How do I turn the music off?
All right, next photo. I'll be your host, Racing Swordsman. Joining me in the commentary booth is Captain Elite, as well as the Machado, our production manager.
Hi guys. Hi guys. Happy to be here today.
Likewise, absolutely. Very happy to be here. Super excited for this new championship. So, as we mentioned in the broadcast, this is actually the first round of a brand new series. It will be an 8-race endurance, qualifying followed by a 45-minute endurance. We bring you drivers from around the world, representing up to 14 different car manufacturers from all across the globe as well. Change the picture. Well, Captain, if you could introduce our audience to what this first round race will look like.
Well, I'm expecting to see some carnage into turn 1, as always, but it's gonna be I think all the drivers that are driving their cars are gonna be expecting, to get off to a good start of the season and try to get as much points as they can from this first race and give them a stepping stone onto the other weeks.
Oh, absolutely. That is definitely going to be the key. Is trying to get yourself off on the right foot starting off. This first round, as we can see on screen, is actually going to be at Kyoto Yamagiwa, but in reverse. This track is absolutely ridiculous going one way, but having to go the opposite way is definitely going to be something else.
Can I interrupt you on the main thing about this track, I think, is the two big curves. You have the one in the top left and then the one in the top right. Those are going to be absolutely killing your front left tire, because not only do you have to go around one big curve and constantly be putting stress on the left tires, you have to do it twice in this lap, and then that'll really uneven your tire from one side to the other.
Yeah, definitely. It's so easy for a circuit like this to really just kind of push the limits at the start, and this track is just renowned for a lot of loss of patience at the start.
Yeah, this is definitely a long-term race.
Absolutely. Yeah, I know myself, I've had a bunch of really close battles through League and through FIA here. How about yourself, Captain? What kind of performances have you had? What kind of feats of defeat have you had here as well?
You know, I'm not very, I'm really new to this game, but I haven't really played this track. However, I've played the longer version where instead of doing the chicane in the bottom of the hill, you would do the other track. And I can already tell that this track is going to be tougher because, the one thing I hate about this track is that downhill turn where you're going to have to brake as you're turning and going downhill into the bottom of the hill at the chicane. And that will really upset your car as you're driving. So I did get my first win on a track like this. So.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, that's my experience. I don't play on, or I haven't played this game as much as you guys have.
Fair enough. Well, we definitely welcome anyone who's either just returning to GT Sport, maybe they took a break, or they're definitely coming from some of the other games. This game in particular, just absolutely gorgeous. So definitely looking for some excitement tonight. Well, while we're here in the booth, just waiting on a couple drivers to make their way down from the paddock, so hopefully we can do some interviews. But yeah, with a new championship like this, what kind of expectations can we see? We have quite the diversity of drivers that are going to be competing this evening, from all different driver rank levels, from the S rank to A, B's, C. So definitely a lot of experience for this kind of circuit. So it'll definitely be interesting to see experience come into play, but also, see who will be able to adapt pretty quickly. All right, and
I think we have our first participant in the party with us. Great, Lexus.
Excellent. Sergeant Gray, welcome to the commentary box. Yeah, driving for Lexus. Yeah, absolutely. Well, if you could tell our live audience your name, your age, where you're from, what's your manufacturer, and if you could give us a little bit if you're using a pad or if you're using a wheel.
All right, my name's Joe Gray, but I go by XSGT or X Sergeant Gray. I'm 35, so one of the old guys. I'm from Denton, Texas, up by Dallas. I'm driving for Lexus as usual, and I run a G29.
Excellent. Well, really appreciate having any expectations for this evening.
Man, same as always, stay smooth, stay clean, and consistent, and minimize incidents, and try and finish up top.
Excellent. Well, the best of luck to you tonight, Gray, and who knows, maybe we'll see you on that podium. You never know, but best of luck to you tonight. Have a great race, buddy.
My mic is out.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me.
ILL have a new one by
All right,
next
we
race.
have a couple more drivers here. Our next driver, he is from Subaru. This is
Subaru?
Dr. We've got Dr. Hash with us. Hey, Dr. Hash.
Good morning, guys.
Yeah, if you could give us your name, your age, where you're from, what's your manufacturer, and are you using a pad or a wheel?
Yeah, of course. Good morning, everyone. My name is Marcel. My online ID is Dr. Hash. I'm 35 years old, from Germany. My manufacturer is Subaru. G29 is my wheel. And yeah, I'm also a TX3 driver and an IGTL race driver. So that's it about me.
Well, that's very exciting. Yeah, had some experience with those IGTL guys. quite a league of racers. So very happy to have you with us in this brand new championship. And for yourself, any expectations for this evening?
No, not that much. Tire wear is quite high. The car is not suited for that track, in my opinion. So, yeah, something like top 10 would be nice. If I can do better, I'll be happy with that. Let's see how it goes.
Well, excellent. Well.
But make sure
so
next week it will have a lot of expectation.
Yeah, that's right. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So, all right. Great to hear from you, Hash. Good luck today, buddy.
Thank you. Have a good time. Bye.
All right. We have another driver joining us from Jaguar, driving the Jaguar F-Type. And this is C. Gallant. And if you could, yeah, please let us know your name, your age, where you're from, what's your manufacturer, and are you using a wheel or a pad?
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Chris Gallant. My online ID is cgallant38, 37 years old. From Prince Edward Island, Canada. And I'm driving with Thrustmaster T80 Ferrari Edition.
Oh, very nice.
And the hood's already broken one resistance band, and I've repaired it.
I bet that was actually one of my first wheels, was a T80, and yeah, they definitely got a lot of use out of it, and broke a couple shifter pedals in the process. So
I took one of the springs out of the gas pedal, so it was softer,
hey.
And it wore out really fast. I had to put the other one back in.
Oh my goodness. Oh well, any expectations for yourself tonight in that Jaguar?
I hope to just not finish last. I'm probably one of the slower drivers in the group. I'm the CS rating.
Okay.
And I just from experience, I'm a little slower, but
what's up,
if I can avoid last place, I'll be happy.
Here you are, hiding out in here.
Well, yeah, absolutely, Gallant. Well, best of luck to you, buddy, and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
All right, and
Can we go, Stoney?
We'll go ahead and do our fourth interview. This is Stoney Anarchist in that Nissan GTR. How you doing, Stoney?
Yeah, all right.
All right, buddy. Well, if you could, for our live broadcast, just tell us your name, your age, where you're from. Obviously, you're manufactured with Nissan. Are you using a controller or a wheel?
Logitech G29 wheel.
Awesome.
What do you want? My real name?
Or what do you prefer to be called in the game?
My name's Jimmy Hester. I live in Santa Maria, California, or a little town outside of Santa Maria, California, Central Coast, California. I'm about 52 years old, and yeah,
awesome.
I'm addicted to this game.
Hey, aren't some of us more than others? I always see in the track, Stone. Do you have any expectations for tonight's race? New start of a new championship.
Expectations? I don't know. I'd like to do pretty good. Maybe a top 5, anyways, would be okay. Now that I see the field that's here, a lot of fast guys in here, so I should be happy with the top 5, I believe.
All right, well, perfect. Well, best of luck to you tonight, buddy.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, well, let's hear it for our first 4 drivers in this broadcast. And drivers, if you could please leave the commentary booth. Appreciate it.
All right, man, you guys have a good race tonight.
Yep,
have a good race.
Stoney.
Yep. Good luck, guys.
All right, and go ahead and see the next picture.
Yes, we're on.
All right, well, hey, Captain Elite, I tell you, we see quite a mix of drivers represented, you know, from from a couple from all across the world. A couple in particular, though, Captain. We've got two that are for the from the home turf, if you will, for Subaru and Lexus. What do you think of that? What kind of pressure and what kind of excitement could we expect to see from those guys?
I think they're definitely home favorites on the track. A lot of fans, and I do believe also Nissan is at home.
Oh, that's right. That is right. My apologies.
So I do believe that they'll have the most expectations from the people that came to watch their cars.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
hopefully,
of course it adds on that little bit more pressure. Not make a mistake.
No, absolutely. You know, in instances like that where you've got all that maybe additional pressure, hopefully maybe those drivers will wave into the audience, but hopefully keep their eyes on the track at the same time, eh?
I think they can do the waving after the race.
Yeah, that might
be focused on watching the track.
Yep, that definitely will be probably one of the more important things for sure. How about
Do we
yourself,
talk about
Captain?
the upcoming event?
Oh, absolutely.
I'm switching.
Already? Yeah, if we could, Captain, we had mentioned earlier in the broadcast, this is a new championship. It's 8 rounds, and our races are broadcasted live here on Friday nights, 11:30 Eastern. Well, tonight we have obviously Kyoto, for some of the Japanese cars, but that little hint, wink, wink earlier with Dr. Hash, round 2. Tell us a little bit about round 2, which is going to be at the Nürburgring GP next Friday.
Obviously, it came as like one of my favorite ones. That's why I chose it on the second round. I think that it's a well-rounded circuit. There's a lot of straight line speed. There's a lot of course, cornering abilities.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think the one thing when we come talk about that track, is the chicane at the very end. You're gonna be going on the main back straight, and you're gonna have to drop your speed from about 120 to about 60 or 50.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have to drop your speed about, what is that? About half. To go through that chicane, and of course without having to cut the chicane on the back.
Yeah, and that's definitely going to be substantial, because as we've already heard tonight, some of the manufacturers, whether it's like a Nissan, where it's easily one of the more fast top-end speed cars, and then we look at cars like the Subaru, where they might not have the top-end speed, but they might have the braking and the cornering speed a little bit greater. Just having that kind of mix into play, definitely going to kind of switch up the field as well. Have to take different lines.
I think we have Karma online to do his interview, so...
All right, excellent. Well, welcome to the broadcast booth, Carm. So if you would be so kind to tell our live broadcast your name, your age, where you're from, what's your manufacturer, and are you using a wheel or a pad? Yeah, your name and your age.
Where are you from? Okay. Thank you.
very
Welcome,
nice.
welcome in the cup.
Yeah, and Carm, do you have any expectations for tonight's race?
I did try out some tape here that Gino there, so I think I got enough practice in now. So
Yeah, in fact.
it's just it can get another strategy. I haven't chosen one yet.
We're gonna talk about the strategy, the race strategy later in the show, so don't miss that part.
Yeah,
It will be really
don't have to
interesting.
worry about that yet. All right, buddy. Well, yeah, greatly appreciate it.
I think
we also have,
the Mitsubishi driver just joined the chat too.
All right. Well, we've got, that's right. We've got Turismo Chubbs, who's joining us in the box. Welcome. Appreciate it, buddy.
Thank you very much for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, if you could, tell our live viewing your name, age, where you're from. Well, your manufacturer, obviously, with Mitsu, and are you using a wheel or a pad?
My name is Chaz Fate. I am 29 years old, and I'm rating from the hot state of Arizona. And I am racing on a wonderful pad.
Well, it's really nice to see quite the mix from pad to T80s, Logitechs. Do you have any expectations for tonight's race, Chubbs?
Just try and keep it on track and keep it off other cars.
Well, that sounds like a pretty good strategy. So, best of luck to you, buddy.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right, let's see.
Let's go back to the picture number race 2.
Already.
I'm back to race 2.
The race.
All right, perfect. Yeah, so I tell you, Captain, I mean, once again, with these drivers, there's such a mix. You've got a local manufacturer in Mitsubishi. You definitely have some drivers that we can tell have, maybe are kind of like, this is what I'm going to do. And we've got a couple other drivers that are like, as the race hopefully comes to them, they'll start to kind of adapt a new strategy. What do you think about kind of the differing the different cars that we just saw, Captain?
Well, when you think about your car choice, you obviously want to go with something you're comfortable with. And something that you can get good results with. So I think that these drivers chose something that they're comfortable with using. And if it's good on gas, then I definitely think the good on gas is more important than getting better tire wear, because you can control tire wear.
Yeah, that is a good point.
But you can't control your gas unless you're fuel saving. But with the car not making as much or not using as much gas, it makes it that much easier to fuel save. Just because the car is doing half the work for you. So I definitely think that it will help a lot to have a car that can still get you into, the winning positions, the top 5, the top 3, but also be able to save fuel without you having to try, and making your pit stops shorter or even going longer and overcutting people that decide they want to undercut.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be quite the interesting strategy to play. I know with races that I've been in myself, it's, once you push the car and you're low on fuel, it can be quite interesting coasting your way back to the pits. Well, it looks like, Captain, we have another one of our drivers that has made their way down to the
Even
box.
Steven.
All right, Even
Horse.
Steven. Welcome to the commentary box, Even Steven.
Thank you.
Yeah, if you could, for our live audience, give us your name, your age, where you're from. Obviously, you're manufactured with Porsche, and are you using a wheel or a pad?
You want my
Or
name
just
or my PSN?
Yeah, or just your PSN, whatever you feel most comfortable with.
My name is Even Steven 15. I am 19 years old. I am from Wyoming, and I am driving for Porsche. And the controller I'm using is the Logitech G29.
Oh, very nice. There's another Logitech G29 driver. Awesome. Any expectations for this race tonight?
Save the tires.
Definitely, as well. Awesome. Really appreciate you having us with us down here for the interview, and best of luck tonight, Even Steven.
Thank you.
Wait.
No,
We have Brill.
Yep. No, we're doing all the interviews right before the race. Yeah, no worries. That we do. Another driver. He'll be driving the Audi R8. This is Be Real. Welcome to the box, Be Real. And if you could, for our live audience, give us your name, your age, where you're from, and are you using a wheel or a pad? Awesome. Any expectations for tonight's race? That's all right. That can be a strategy in its own. So best of luck tonight. And who knows? Maybe we'll see both of you guys on the podium tonight. We'll see as the race pans out. And
Okay, thank you. Have a good luck.
All right, let's see. I think
The
we do
time
have
moving
one.
really fast, so we should go really talk about the tonight race because it's all
IN47 from
start to be late,
Florida.
guys. So
One of the old timers in the race.
All right.
Using
But I see we do
GT9
have one other driver to
The race
interview,
is
and
for almost
trust
2
okay,
hours
no
and
one
30
here.
sorry.
Driving a Ford
No
tonight.
worries.
Look.
Trust no one here. Hey, how's it going, buddy?
Who it is? Sorry, guys. Who it is?
This is Trust No One Here in that Red Bull livery.
Oh, okay,
Aston
good.
Martin.
We're good.
And if you could let our audience know your name, your age, where you're from, and are you using a wheel or a pad? Fair enough. And any expectations for yourself tonight? Yeah, absolutely. Well, best of luck tonight, and good luck. Thank you. All right, next photo.
Do we?
And yep, and drivers that were just in here, if you could just leave the commentary box. Good luck tonight.
Okay, so our room is full. We need two spaces. One for Machado.
Kick.
And
Tell to
Ford.
Gallon to kick.
Yep, Gallon, if you... He was in here for a moment
we
ago.
need
No?
Ford.
Okay.
However, Ford doesn't have a microphone, so...
Yeah,
Okay,
it's okay.
yep.
We're gonna introduce them next week. That's it.
Okay.
But
So
the,
we
the,
should
time,
be good.
the time really moving fast. So guys, we really have like to talk about specifically the race of tonight. I'm broadcasting this right now. We have to talk about tonight race strategy and for tonight race, and we're gonna take a quick look at the circuit corner by corner, and we have to go to the qualification right after. So.
That's right. All right. So, yep, let's go ahead and see that next picture.
Yes.
So, as we mentioned earlier, tonight is round 1 of the GTMC Cup. We've got 28 laps around Kyoto, Yamagiwa in reverse. Now, not just typical 28 laps, mind you. It's 9 times tire wear. So, every lap a driver does, that's 9 laps worth of tires in a single lap. And then we also have fuel is times 5 as well. Race management has also informed us that it's an open tire selection. Captain, open tire selection. That really changes everything. You'll see some of the...
Yeah. But it's all up to the driver on...
Absolutely, it is.
Yeah.
And if we could also see that next photo with the different tires for this open tire selection.
Yes.
All right. So so as we mentioned earlier, we got 4 different tires. You've got Racing Super Soft. Now these are the fastest of the tires, but they're also the fastest to degrade. You know, expect to see maybe 5 good laps, and then you'll start to fall off.
Yeah, not even.
Not saving them. Not even. Then you've also got Racing Soft tires, so add like an extra lap. Generally, they're maybe about a half a second, maybe a little bit more, depending on the car you're in, per lap, pace-wise. We've got Racing Mediums, about 7-8 laps. Mind you, they are going to be well over a second slower than the Super Softs, but they'll last a bit longer. And of course, then we also have the Racing Hard compound, which you can definitely prolong those for many more laps, but it's not going to be as fast. All right. We should get moving along in this broadcast.
Do we go like with a corner by corner?
Yep, let's go ahead and do our corner by corner analysis.
It's on.
All right. Well, earlier this morning, I had the privilege of driving around this fast-flowing Kyoto Yamagiwa circuit. Top speeds on that front straightaway are going to be in excess of 140 miles an hour. And especially at the start, these drivers are going to be plowing into turn 1. Turn 1, dropping down to second gear, 50 miles an hour. It's going to be like a parking lot the first couple laps here. All right, next photo. Photo number 2. Turn 1 is a very tight hairpin, so the exit is very important. At the start, we can expect to see people kind of taking their time, maybe doing some 2x2 action, but as the race progresses, as the tires start to go, as people start to really kind of push the limits, expect to see some mistakes here. You go too wide, you risk falling into the wall. We can see photo 3. From the turn 1 hairpin, then drivers are filing towards this next section. Super tricky. I expect to see some of the heavier cars, like say a GTR or, you know, the Fords or whatnot, to definitely use up some of those more curves, while some of the lighter cars, like the Hyundais or the Toyotas, to maybe ease over it at the start, but this next section, again, very, very tricky. This track overall is just super tight. Go ahead and see picture 4. Fortunately, our pace car driver showing off one of the preferred lines, which for these turns, you definitely want to utilize the curbs. All right, go ahead and number 5. Yep, so from the exit, it's actually, that's the uphill section from 2 and 3. This is where we embark on the absolute slowest portion of the entire circuit. Go ahead and pick number 6. All right, right here, we've got the super duper slow hairpin. This one's even slower than the initial hairpin on the circuit of turn 1. And we can go ahead and see 7. Pick number 7.
We're on.
All right, excellent. For this hairpin in particular, you don't want to go too wide. You go too wide, for one, you're going to give up track position, and 2, it's really easy to use the rumbles, but then get stuck into the wall. All right, go ahead and show number 8.
Number 9.
Yep. So for this, all right. Yep. So for this next section of turns, this might very well be the most pivotal portion of the track. First couple laps, we're going to see guys kind of really plowing in there and trying to late brake, play a game of chicken. But as the tire wear kicks in, we're going to slowly see people braking earlier and earlier. This turn sets us up for, we can go ahead and picture, actually you can skip ahead to picture number 12. Let's go ahead and do that. Because this next section right here, and I can't say it enough, for the power cars,
on the downhill, on the downhill.
On the downhill, that's
okay.
right, Machado.
Okay.
This is the maker. This could be the make or break between seeing maybe some of the cars that really excel at those slow turns, like the Hyundai Genesis. We can see like the FT1, the 911 Porsche, while the section right after this, you nail that exit and get a good start going up the hill. This pretty much the 90% left of that track is going to be flat out, so it's very important to really get a good exit.
13.
Go ahead to, yep, 13. So again, pace cars showing off the preferred line. For the S section, definitely want to take as much curbs as you can and try and straighten up the turn. All right, and you can go to number 14.
Mm-hmm.
Now drivers, you know, you can kind of pick or choose what kind of line you're going to do. I definitely see, you know, some of the cars that maybe have a little bit better acceleration, being able to pull behind, pull over to the right, and really kind of force their competitors to go wide around the next section. Right, you go to 18.
Yep.
So from the uphill S section, we have the brutal, grueling, it's like 3 apexes in one for a right sweeper of a right-hand turn. At the early goings, definitely we'll see some guys maybe doing a late apex, maybe accelerating a little bit earlier, doing some trail braking. But as the race as the race goes on, I tell you, those front tires, especially the front left tires, are definitely going to get chewed up if you're really trying to push the car to its limits around the sweeper.
Okay, what picture you're on? Sorry.
Yep, let's go to picture number 20.
20. Give me a 20.
Mm-hmm.
10. I don't know. 10, 20, 20. Okay, I'm good. Before
right.
the downhill?
Correct, yes, right before the downhill.
Yep.
So after that long sweeper of a right turn, it's really important to set up your car, preferably in a position where, you know, you might not want to pass here. I've been many instances in races I've been in where someone's gotten beside me because maybe I was slowing them down or whatnot. It's super, super tricky and so easy to mess up this next section of turns. All right, next picture, number 21. Yep. So from the downhill S's to the uphill to the sweeper. Once again, we're going downhill, and for this one, it's a lot faster than the first sweeper on the circuit. This one, for the most part, is going to be flat out. You know, if you're on those super soft tires, I expect to see guys really kind of pushing it, but as the tire wear kicks in, it'll be very easy to go off in this section. All right, we can go to 21. Yep, and as we can see, the pace car giving the preferred line for that downhill section, maybe using the curbs, but not too much, because it'll be very easy to go off, lose a ton of time. You know, this is a section where you want to carry the most speed.
Really, the second curve is really more. The first curve is way more easy. You really have to focus on having the right line for the second curve. I think so on that downhill.
That downhill can really unsettle your car.
Definitely. Do you guys see? You know, do you think maybe some of the heavier cars might excel through that portion? You know, like say like a GTR or like a Jaguar F-Type, maybe it's a heavier car. Do you think it'll be more stable, or do you think they'll even get upset too at the early runnings?
Well, the curbs on this track are massive. They're huge, and going over one of those curbs will, I mean, putting one tire on the right side or left side and into the dirt is just gonna slide your car. So it doesn't matter what car you're in. The curbs will mess your race up if you don't treat them good.
All right, that's right. If we could go ahead and skip to, actually, let's go to photo number 23.
Okay.
That will just show our viewers the level of these turns. It's not just, a gradual left, a gradual right. Right when you're on that circuit and you're going 145 miles an hour, maybe 160, and you come up to those turns, each one is slightly different than the next, and going downhill, you really want to nail those, especially because let's skip to photo number 25.
Okay.
Because that downhill S section leads to the final turn, the final chance to put in your solid good lap. And this turn too is very tricky because it's almost like a double apex. You know, it's like, okay, maybe start turning in. Oh, maybe I have to turn it in more, or maybe I didn't turn in quite enough, and now I'm going too wide, and then I'm going off. Because
I agree with that. I think that this second long right-hander is tougher than the first one, because the first one, you have a long exit. This one, it's kind of shorter, and you have to turn more, let off the gas, throttle control. It's just, I find this one tougher than the one after the uphill.
Absolutely, and you know, as Captain had mentioned, it's also very important to get a good exit. One of those reasons too is not just because it's the final straightaway before the start-finish line, but because the pit lane is on the right side and it's super tight. It's a super tight right hand that you have to nail. And, you know, for some of these guys, if you're racing with another guy and you're pushing the limits, you push that last turn too wide, you're going to miss your pit entry, and you'll have to do a whole nother lap. So
I saw that happen many times.
Yeah, I've actually gotten pit maneuvered here before because of that turn. All right, let's
I think it's starting to be pretty late now. Let's move to the lobby now and go with the qualification. 10-minute qualification.
There's a open spot for you.
Okay, I'm coming, guys.
Anyways, guys, I am Captain Elite. I will be joined by the Hulkster, and he is, of course, here with me. And today, me and him will be explaining the final to you guys. As I think, are you doing it as well?
You guys will kind of take the show for quali, and I'll be here for brief commentary.
Okay, I joined the lobby. Oh, we have someone else. Okay, we have another interview.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, just give me a second.
Absolutely. Well, it looks like we've got our driver driving the Lamborghini Huracan. He hails from France, and he's one of the official team drivers for TX3.
I'm almost there. Give me just a little second, guys. I'm there.
Hello, guys.
I was already in the lobby, so he show up late a little bit. So, okay, favorite Lamborghini. Okay, we're good.
All right. Well, like we said, this is TX3 Unaleska. Welcome. Happy to have you a part of this GTMC Cup.
Bienvenue dans la GTMC Cup.
Yeah, really thanks for the invite. It's a pleasure to drive for this race. I think it's a very difficult race with this Lamborghini, but really happy to take part of them.
Well, excellent. And if you would, where are you from for this endurance race tonight? Where do you live?
I live in at Lorient in France. Is really in the west of the France. And I take part so many times to the FIA championships in Europe.
Oh, very nice. Well, definitely happy to have you. Are you using a controller? Are you using a wheel?
A wheel, a TGT wheel with T3 pedals.
Oh, very nice. Yeah.
Very nice, yeah.
That's a very quality item. And for yourself, for this evening, do you have any expectations for yourself for this race? How will the race go for you?
Ooh, this race, I think I don't want to speak to so many things for the moment, but I'm not pretentious. I think I'm so speed on this track, but the Lamborghini is really difficult, and they use so more tire weight. It's really difficult to drive on no error for 10 laps. Really difficult, so difficult, man.
Well, absolutely. Well, we greatly appreciate having you represent France and representing Lamborghini. So best of luck to you tonight in this race.
Thanks.
Bonne chance.
Yeah, thank you all. Really thanks all. Now, good race to all driver.
Parfait. Merci.
Merci.
Thanks to all.
Okay. So let's go back to the lobby now. It's really time to go start the qualification. So I'm gonna join the lobby right now.
So it's back to you, Captain Elite, at the Kyoto circuit for qualifying.
Well, I don't know if qualifying already started, but if it did, well,
no,
I don't know.
It's not.
It's not. Because I was going to say, Briel's on pole position right now with almost half a second. So, but I mean, if it hasn't started, then it hasn't started. So,
I'm joining right now. So no more interview now. Too late. No more presentation. So Gallant will have to load a new setting to launch a qualification.
Okay.
Can we call Gallant?
Have him come in the room. Yep.
Sorry guys, it won't gonna take long. We're just gonna call the person that managed the race. right now. Manage the lobby.
Let's seek out party. Awesome.
Oh, almost everyone there. Cool. I'm happy about that.
I sure can't wait for the race to start.
Me too. Yeah, definitely going to be
Okay, Gallant is there.
exciting tonight.
Okay, Gallant, can you just load like load anything else? Load a new lobby, a new track, something else, and reload the setting I gave you. And at the moment you're gonna load it, the qualification start. It's gonna be a 10-minute qualification. So you guys get on track and do your qualification.
Yeah, I say you can just change track and change it back. You shouldn't change it in your settings unless it does.
So what do I do?
Just like change the track and then
reload again my setting.
Yeah.
So
make
don't
any
close
change,
the room.
any change that doesn't matter, and reload after my setting.
Okay. I know what you mean.
And at the moment, you will load my new my setting, launch the qualification. You have 10 minutes, guys. Put super soft and go on track and do your qualification.
$17 viewers right now. That's insane.
For our first race, yeah. Yep.
So I just
Welcome,
changed
guys.
the track,
Welcome.
and then change event settings. And now I'll change it back to the way it was.
Yeah. Reload okay. my setting I gave you.
Okay. Okay, as soon as it lets me. There we go.
Seems good, guys. We're gonna look at the time. You have 10 minutes. Okay, yeah, it's 27. Okay, you have 12 minutes. Start now. Go on the track. You have 12 minutes. At exactly 12:40, the qualification gonna be done. So we're gonna launch the race after that.
Okay, I will. Is someone already letting them know?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So we just go on the track and qualify.
Yes.
And not start
Yes.
the race?
That's it. Go on the track. Let's go. It's already started, guys. You're losing time. You don't go on track, and you have 12 minutes. In 12 minutes, we're gonna note the positions, and we're gonna make maybe a little show 5 minutes, and we're gonna launch the race right after. So.
Gallant, we'll invite you when we're all done, so you can.
Yeah. Push. Okay, though. We don't see the screen.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, so we're done in the chat now?
Yep. Yep, I'll let them know. Qualifying ends at 40 minutes after the hour.
Okay.
Alright, so like I said, I will be commentating the race and qualifying. I'm here with Hulkster.
Yeah, done.
So today we have the favorites of the...
Hey, can you remove that of this? Can you push okay, man? It's amazing. Please. Gallant. Ah, shit.
You guys make great commentators.
Thanks.
So today we have the favorite cars. Let's see where they are. They are currently 4th in the line, and I do believe we did miss one. Mitsubishi is, I don't know if you said Mitsubishi, but Mitsubishi is also at their home.
Okay, do I have to open the lobby or what happened? Calice.
we should be good.
I know, it's always the menu on my screen. Ah, okay, sorry guys. Sorry, guys. It was my fault. My bad.
Trust no one here is first across the line on his out lap. He's going to be setting a flying lap, or what I call a banker lap. Banker lap is basically, how to explain it? It's a lap. It's not your fastest lap, but it's just a lap that you set in the beginning to make sure you get a time in. Because of course, if you don't get a time in, which you have 12 minutes to do, it would be kind of crazy if you don't get a time to get the a spot on the grid that isn't last. So let's watch him on his flying lap, see what he comes across the line with. It's gonna be interesting with different types of cars, because the Aston Martin obviously pretty good, it's well balanced. You look in second place, you have the GTR heavy car, it's good in a straight line. Decent around the corners. You have Hash in third at the moment with the Subaru, very handling based car. Even Steven in the Porsche 911, I mean, it is one of the best cars in the game. He does have a 0.4 second penalty. He's going to serve that. That's going to kill his lap. The Lambo going off the dirt. Let's see. As he crosses the line, the fastest lap at the moment is going to be 1:35.2. And let's see, that will probably change quite early.
Oh.
And it does. Stony into pole position after the first, and it changes it once again as a 1:33 is set by Hash, the Subaru. And again, another top. It has been so far 4 different leaders as Gray comes across in third. He's overtaken by Briel in the Audi. So our top 3 at the moment is the Frenchman, German, and the American.
Oh, Briel out. Okay, he's good. He's back on track.
The Frenchman looks like he is wasting his fuel. That, of course, makes your car lighter, makes it faster. So it looks like that was his banker lap, but his banker lap did get him pole position for now. So.
Oh, he's out.
There's two things that I would want to see. There's going to be 2 ways you can do this. You can go fast every single lap and try to get as many laps as you can, or you can waste your fuel and set 1 flying lap at the very end. The risk about that is if you make a mistake at the very end, it's the only lap you're going to get. So you see, Trust No One goes into the pits right here. He's going to get changed onto a fresh set of tires. He's also going to be low on fuel. That just makes his car lighter and also fresh on tires. He's going to go really slow his out lap, and then his next lap will be his flying lap, because he's going to try to save his tires on his out lap. Same with Hash, who also goes into the pits on softs. He might go on to super softs for his. Well, we'll just see what happens here. He stays on softs. That's interesting. He's going to be, of course, slower. Gray comes in as well. We have Briel coming to the end. He is, of course, wasting his fuel. Looks like Gallant is setting a lap right now, as well as Horde, who's came out. And Stony.
I noticed is TX3 said that he wasn't feeling confident with the Lamborghini, but he set a pretty good lap at the beginning.
That could be something, a blue flag as Who's That Senior Blunt goes around. Sportsmanship. Well, you have to look at this. He's also not feeling confident, but it's the very beginning qualifying. They still have, let's see, 6 minutes left. They're only halfway through. So they won't change, of course. Let's take a look at who has not set a lap yet. Horde has set a lap, 7 seconds slower. Actually, no, he has not set a lap.
Yeah, I'm broadcasting
Horde,
the best lap right
Harm,
now.
Even Steven, all have not set laps. Let's take a look. The best lap is
the Frenchman. Frenchman
okay.
first.
Let's watch him. So, is this his flying lap or no? This is his out lap. So his next lap, he'll try to set a time faster than a 1:33.5 or 0.05.
Yeah.
Personally, I think I was driving on this track earlier. I was doing the Ford Mustang. I set my fastest lap as a 31. So I think if I can set a 31, then it'll be interesting. But of course, I didn't have to worry about any other cars on the circuit. As he gets slowed up, he's gonna get the slipstream maybe, or no, he is gonna get the slipstream, but this could go bad because he is right behind Blunt in the Corvette, which is also setting his lap, I would assume.
You're talking about who?
He is. Okay, so Blunt is gonna be setting his lap, and the Lamborghini is gonna be stuck behind Blunt this entire he's gonna go past actually, but how much time has he lost on that? As Karm goes up into second place. I saw that on the leaderboard. Oh, he slows down. I think that he could be slowing for maybe wasting even more fuel, saving tires. I think his lap was ruined when he was stuck behind Samuel Blunt in the Corvette. So I think he's just going to wait until he gets fresh air, maybe until one of the two drivers in front of him goes into the pits, try to get the overtake early on the lap so it doesn't waste you a lot of time.
You have like time for 2 more laps, no more than that, so no more.
He is still on pole position, so well, we will have to see.
Let's look at the graphic right now. We have the French first, Karm second, Ash is in third, Brill fourth, Gray fifth, Turismo 6, Trustno 7, Even Steven 8.
The Frenchman is going to go into the pit lane. Really, he's going to be pushing. He might try to get that one last lap. He's going to get switched onto a new pair of super softs. He's going to have less fuel. He's going to go slow this lap. Will it be enough? So let's check as Karm comes out. He's in second place by not even 0.081 of a second behind Hash, which is setting a lap right now. And let's see, does it show you what color sector? It is. He is good. If he continues the pace that he's at right now, he's going to go into second place. He is 0.118 up from his previous lap. But I do think this outlap for the Lamborghini, the Frenchman in the Lamborghini, will be coming to the business end of qualifying. Of course, you have, let me check the time, 2 minutes left, so he's going to be cutting it close, but I think he'll just be able to come out and get one more lap. And
do you know what's happening with Horde? Yeah, the slowest time right now. I don't get it.
Horde?
Yeah, okay. He set a new time right now, but he's still 10. Yeah, but I don't get it because this guy's supposed to be way better. Honestly, I'm surprised by that result.
At 11. Gallant sitting at last place. Blunt 12th. Oh, no, hold on, someone just... Oh, no, it's because Ford went into the pits.
Yeah. Hardy's in 10th position.
Alright, let's see what the Frenchman can do on his flying lap, the last one of the qualifying session. A tough car. Tough car. Never really liked the Lambo in this game. He is setting a purple first sector. this could be interesting because also you have second place right behind him. He's going to set a lap time right after. And then third place is going to set a lap time quick. Only he is 7 seconds down, so I think that seventh will be the. And second place, it's a mistake for first as he slides at the bottom of the hill. And now I do believe that Karm is.
Okay,
going to,
it's done, guys. It's done. I take a screenshot.
Wow.
That's it. Tell them to get in the pit, Lou. Alright, it's done, man. Okay, I have the time right here. I'm gonna broadcast the time on screen.
Right,
so,
Hulkster, restart the share play so it doesn't end during this.
Anyway, it's gonna take 10 seconds. You will see the grid on screen.
All right, so let's talk about what did you guys think in qualifying?
Oh, man. Oh, no.
Hello? Sword? Sword?
No, I'll say it for him.
I think he left. Something happened.
Alright.
Oh, it's okay.
Talking
It's okay.
about qualifying. You have.
Oh, sorry, Swordsman was checking out the food stands and the grid girl, so my apologies,
Okay,
everyone.
all good.
But I am back.
We were scared.
What's your thoughts on what's your thoughts on qualifying?
We'll take a look at that top two right there. Karm and TX3 Unalesca only separate by 0.021 seconds. Super
I mean, even
close.
look at third place. They're not even separated by one.
Super close. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, everyone in the top five, all in the 133s. That is very impressive. And same thing. We look at kind of the mix of cars we got there. You've got the Genesis. It's not a top end car. It's known for being able to tackle some of the slower turns. From our interview with the Frenchman, I mean, you're in the Huracan. The Huracan is not an easy car to drive around here, but he made it happen. Absolutely, he pushed it. Now you've got the Audi R8, which is pretty good on the top, and especially with the acceleration coming out of the slow turns. So, great job to Be Real for putting in that 33.4. Right up there with him. We've got Dr. Hash, the German, in the Subaru. Another car that's really good through some of the slower corners. So just super close towards the top.
Yeah, I would like to point out that the top 10 are separated by about a second. Yeah, about a second. So you have the top 7, to be exact, are separated by 1 second and about 1.5 seconds. So to put that into race pace, that 1.5 second.
Are we ready to start the race now? Sorry.
It's okay. Ask your question. Gallant?
Just asking if we're ready to start the race.
We're gonna tell you, give us 5 minutes. We're gonna launch the race in 5 minutes. We're gonna tell you on the chat, okay?
Tell everyone to go back to pits because we still got guys set.
Yeah, so.
Laps.
Okay.
Everybody should be in the pit. The qualification is over. We're gonna have to redo a grid, I think so.
Okay. yeah. Going back to the point of just the kind of mix of cars that we see here, be definitely interesting at the start having, like I mentioned, a car like the Genesis, which is not known for top-end speed, having cars that can really get to max speed a lot quicker. So it's really going to be interesting to see who's going to push, but we'll find out when the race starts, who's going to start on what tire compound. So that'll be interesting, But yeah, as we look down the field, this is probably just swordsman talking, and some of the guys in this race that have known myself for quite some time. I actually spent the last 9 exhibition seasons with Jaguar, so I'm kind of pulling for that Jaguar. So I see the Jaguar's a little bit lower, a little bit down the list. So definitely, hopefully that car along with the Corvette, I think we'll definitely see them kind of push through the field a little bit, especially with those straightaways. They definitely have the top end.
Yeah. But, I mean, even tracks, you got better tracks for better... I mean, this track, definitely better on corner. You have the downhill part, first 2 sections. But when we get to, like, I'm just trying to think of a track, Nuremberg, for week 2, you have the first straight going into a tight section until you get to the bottom of the hill. Then you have the second straight after the Schumacher S, and that is a pretty flat out corner. You can take those pretty flat out.
Yep, definitely.
You have chicane at the top, but in between those you have 2 long straights that are going to be going into 2 of the best overtaking spots, the first turn and the chicane. So I think that's where top speed will.
Well, I think another good thing to point out for this crowd here in Kyoto, Japan, the 4 Japanese manufacturers, all 4 of those are separated by about 7/10 from our qualifying. With the Nissan GTR putting in a 34.1, and you've got that Mitsubishi Lancer by Team Turismo Chubbs doing a 33.8. Super close amongst all 4 of the home crowd manufacturers. So that's some good sign for the fans of those for their local crowd.
Yeah.
We should launch the race, and it's starting to be late. What about that?
Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and start this thing.
I got a request to set the grid by host.
It's probably better. Do you have a screenshot? Because I know like the top 3.
Yep,
does everyone have a screenshot?
I have the screenshots.
Because I know it wasn't Gray in P2.
That would work.
Gray was on P2. Carm was P2.
Dr. Hash is saying he's P2.
Yeah, I think it's French.
On the position, I take a picture, guys. If you want it, I'm gonna give you.
Took a picture? Great.
I will have to quit my broadcast. 2 seconds. I'm gonna send it to you, Captain Elite, okay?
The grid.
Okay, I see it now.
Okay.
Yeah, that grid isn't right. In P12 you have the Frenchman setting a 132, and in P11 you have a 137.
Yep. So like I said, Gallant. So and then you can move them. You'll
So Captain Malik, I send you the screenshot at the moment. At 40, I take a screenshot at that moment precise.
I already have it, Gallant. So first is Carm. Second is TX3 Unaleska in the Huracan. Okay. Third place is Dr. Hash in the WRX.
Got it.
Fourth place is Be Real in the R8 LMS.
Done.
Okay. Fifth place is XS GT Gray.
Okay.
Okay. Next is Turismo Chubbs in the Lancer Evo.
All right.
Okay. Next is Trust No One Here in the V12 Vantage GT3.
Right.
Okay. Next is Even Steven in the 911 RSR.
Okay.
Next is Stony Anarchist in the GTR GT3.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. I believe next is Peeled Back Onion in the Mustang GR3.
Okay.
Okay. Next is Horde R35 in the AMG GT3.
I'm surprised about that one. Very surprised about that one.
Next is Senior Blunt in the Corvette C7.
And then me.
And then, yep, you in the F-Type.
Just to clear it up, the pronunciation of my name is Gallant.
Gallant. Well, my apologies, Gallant.
No worries. No offense taken or anything.
I was going to butcher one name, and it had to be yours.
Well, on one of Tidgeney's live feeds, he butchered it and then made a Fast and Furious joke about it.
Oh, hey, you know,
that's
also good coverage. So let's go ahead and get this underway.
Let's get this race.
Let's get this race going.
So I just back right of that, right? And that sets everybody, and start race.
Here we go, boys. Here we go. Alright. The final is started here in Kyoto Driving Park. On pole position, we have Karn. Second place, we have Unaleska.
That's right.
Then Dr. Hash, then Briel, then Gray, Turismo Chubbs, Trust No One Here, Even Steven. And I will read off the rest of this as they're underway into the first corner. Here they go.
Oh, do we have two guys?
Okay, we're gonna do a restart, guys. Restart. Two guys stuck. Restart.
Alright, we'll do a restart.
Sorry, guys. If they're still stuck, maybe it's because this connection is not as strong. I could maybe, yeah, take long. I could reopen the lobby, maybe. The guys that were stuck, it was Senior Blunt, and I don't know who. Tell them to quit the lobby and rejoin again.
Gallant left the party. So someone tell Senior Blunt to.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell it. It's good. It's good. I take care of that.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
this was quite something.
I'm back. I'm gonna need that order again.
Need the order again?
I think I can remember. Oh wait, it's already set. Kern in first, Unalaska second, Dr. Haas third, Gray fourth, Chubbs fifth, Trust No One sixth.
Wait, Carm was in first.
Yep, Carm's in first. Yep, Unalaska, then Gray.
Area Blunt gonna restart his game là, take it là, but he will join. He won't gonna take long.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the grid stayed the same.
But what happened with you, Gallant? Why didn't start?
I was shutting off my audio, and it wasn't quick enough.
Okay. Okay, but we have to succeed the next launch, guys. So.
Yeah.
Well, if you get stuck again.
I just want to double check this grid to make sure it's right. It's Carm in first, Unalaska second,
Correct.
Dr. Haas third.
Yep.
Gray fourth.
Be Real is fourth.
Okay.
And then Gray is fifth.
Be Real's off the list.
Yep. And then sixth is Turismo Chubbs.
Yep.
Seventh is Trust No One Here. Yep.
Steven.
Correct.
Stony Anarchist.
Yep.
Give Back Onion.
Yep.
Ford. And myself.
Well, Senior Blunt when he comes back in, and then yourself.
Right.
Okay, yeah, c'est ça. People start to get frustrated, so we have to launch the race and no more restart, no more. If someone's stuck, too bad, too bad.
You might want to leave the party before you start the race this time, so you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think of that.
No, kick that guy.
Let it go.
Kick that guy. Kick that guy.
We have a spectator on the track. Oh wait.
Show me the one.
What's going on, guys? There's a giant lizard on the track.
Yeah, where's is Blunt back?
Who said that? Even. Okay, promise. Go.
Yeah, make sure Horde. I don't know if there's Senior Blunt's back. Good. Make sure Horde.
Let's go.
Make sure Horde gets into the race because he's not in right now. He's just on the sidelines. Come on. Yep, get in.
Blunt's got to enter.
Boys. All right, Horde's in. Now we just gotta have
Senior Blunt.
And we will be on the go. As we have Trust No One reversing the entire circuit.
All right. Everyone's in.
Everyone is in.
Yep.
Blunt is ahead of me and behind Horde.
I mean, let's be honest, Hulkster, Trust No One can drive this track reverse faster than you could drive normally. Probably.
1 second while I leave this party.
Yep. He said do or die, this go. Alright.
Alright. This is it. This is the final.
Hey, Captain, just a thing, Captain. Often mention who you're talking about because I need to follow you, so sometimes I'm not sure, so always precise who you're talking about.
Alright, well, we'll be watching the top 3 for the first lap to see what order.
Okay, yeah.
Big. Alright, here we go. The final in Kyoto, part 2. Hyundai up front. Lamborghini, and then Subaru. Surprising. I thought that one of the those are not the cars I thought would be up there. And they're off for the second time. It's a bad start for Gallant. Here we go. Into the first corner. It's going to be an overtake for the lead already. He's got the inside. Good move from him to get past, and if he keeps going like this, he's going to have the win. It's a 2 wide if you see back there for, I believe, 7th and 8th place. But going back up into the top 3, you have Carm and Unileska switching positions from their qualifying. Ford is up into 7th from... Did he start 7th?
Well, one thing to point out is none of these drivers started on the Racing Supersoft compound.
I'm gonna broadcast the screen. I'm broadcasting the screen with all the tire selections, so...
Yeah, that's really, I find that to be really interesting.
Yeah.
No one starts off on the super softs to pull away.
On the mediums. 2 on the mediums, I believe.
No, more than that. Look at the screen.
Whoa. Turismo Chubbs, and that's a 3-second penalty for who is that? That's a 3-second penalty for Real.
Oh,
he
boy.
has gone from 4th place into last in 1 lap. That is a lap to forget. And also, who did he take with him? Turismo Chubbs, I believe he started 5th. Going into the first corner for the second time of this race, there's going to be longer lap. Horde is up into 4th. He has upped his race, I believe. He has gone up the most. As there's a change for the podium, as Hash goes past Karm. I missed that one. I don't know what happened, but... And the gap has gotten bigger from 1st to 2nd. Unileska has got about 1 second gap at this time. As a bit of lag from me. Let's see what exactly happened from that one. As we go to the battle for the top 3 is really actually top 4 as Horde is creeping his way in there as they have a half a second gap, but the gap just closed down after Gray took a good exit out of that corner. But there's a gap between a 1 second gap between 6th and 7th.
Oh, sorry guys, hey, your mic freaking out. Hello?
Oh, Swordsman's still here, and as they're approaching the final bend to complete lap 2.
All right, that gap has gotten smaller from. I would like to. They're matching liveries up front.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2 drivers for Team TX3, 1st and 2nd right now.
2 different cars, same livery. That's interesting. As Horde takes over the podium, as Karm loses 2 positions. Wow. And Horde has had a good 3 laps. He has made multiple overtakes very quick. Unileska and Hash have gotten a slight gap on 3rd place of Horde. I kind of want to stick to the top fight. This is interesting. You got 2 TX3 cars up front and Horde, all Europeans, so... But Gray might have a run on the inside. He does have a run on the inside. Will we get it done? He does get it done. But when will Horde come back?
Okay.
Will Horde come back going into the last turn? So Horde lost 1 position.
Look at there in P5 though, that Hyundai is keeping right with the Lexus and the Mercedes in 3rd and 4th through the downhill S's.
And just getting out of that slipstream zone is 2nd place. It's a 1.5 second gap. Gray is not going to have the slipstream
No.
of the car in front of him. That's going to cause him to use a little bit more fuel because he's not going to have that wind resistance from the vehicle in front of him. Ford. Now, that's another thing I wanted to bring up. It's a long race. Do you stay behind the car and save as much fuel as you can, or do you go for the move and try to get the clean air in front of you? I don't know what I would do.
Well, that's like I had mentioned a little bit earlier, how it was kind of surprising that none of these guys started.
There's a yellow flag. There's a yellow flag, and the leader's off the track down into 8th place. 9th place. Will he be 10th as Breel, who is having a recovery drive himself? And that is a huge mistake from Unaleska. My bad. As Hash takes 1st place, and Horde also does get past Gray, but it's almost a 2-second gap from Horde to Hash.
Well, from that from that interview we had earlier with Unaleska, he had mentioned, man, this Huracan is definitely not the easiest of cars to drive, and we can already see on our onboard that the Lamborghini rear tire wear
and it's another podium
is already kicking in.
Talking about tire wear, as you see on almost all of the drivers, you have that front left on almost all of the drivers, and especially Horde. Horde's tires are absolutely terrible at this point compared to everyone else.
Even Steven too.
That's right, both Even Steven and Horde opted with the racing soft tires for the start, while guys
but even if
like
you look at other people with racing softs, you have Gray, his tires are doubly as good, because
just like a quick look at the tire panel.
Yeah, Gray is definitely managing those Lexus tires on those softs compared to definitely 2nd place in the Mercedes. Those tires are already starting to go, and we're only here on lap 5.
He went soft, so.
That's true. I believe that he will be going for the 3-stop. He always does. He has the...
I'm surprised. A lot of people went soft, and I'm surprised about that.
I'm going to...
Well, as we can see, the top 2 starting to gap already. Got about 2.2 seconds already between 2nd place Horde and 3rd place Sergeant Gray in the Lexus Nuka-Cola livery.
I can't see what's happening right now. I'm joining the lobby, so...
Okay. There's a good fight between Krasno and Even Steven right now. For 5th position.
Well, if we go back a little bit further to 8th place, that's Turismo Chubbs. He has picked up a 2-second penalty.
What did he, how did he achieve that?
I believe he got a little bit too wide and tapped the wall.
The Frenchman is now last.
And we have our first pitter of the race. It is Horde, the Portuguese driver in the Mercedes.
I knew it. This guy often pit 4 times. This guy, so
as Unaleska goes off he's hitting the wall again.
Boy. Exactly. He's now last. So
he's now last.
But I tell you, look at the tires in that Lamborghini. The rear tires are halfway gone already, while the front tires have next to no wear. It's unbelievable.
yeah, these guys have to go hard, man. He talked to me personally before the race. He told me he was really worried about the tire wear. So now I understand why.
Yeah, you see that bottom and that back left is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible.
You only take 90.
Did we have a retirement?
Senior Blunt exited at the start. He unfortunately got stuck on the grid.
Yeah.
That's why GT3 Richard joined.
Well, in the meantime, Dr. Hash, 5-second lead.
Strong
lead. But wait a second.
He goes into the pits.
Yeah, he's coming in.
Who will follow him? Nope. Gray will continue. Trust no one will continue. Carm will continue. Steven goes in, and Chubbs will follow in as well.
Dr. Stoney now up to 4th place.
As Barrio goes in. The Jaguar goes.
Well, the home crowd is definitely loving this, as the Lexus currently sitting in first, while the Nissan is up to 4th place.
And also the, well, actually I was going to say Hyundai, but they are from South Korea.
The Hyundai.
They're unfortunately not. They don't have a home race on this.
No.
On this calendar.
Schedule.
No.
But let's take a look as Hash now has some traffic he has to deal with, because he's got it must have been a long pit stops, because even Steven came into the pits just behind him, or a good 6 positions behind, and now he must have had an incident with someone.
Well, I tell you, Captain, this morning I did some practice of myself. I actually did a mock 28 lap race with the tire wear multipliers and everything. Well, with fuel and all that, the first pit stop can take an excess of 25 seconds.
Great. Yep, great.
It'll be interesting to see
medium, guys.
What's he gonna swap to.
Medium.
Will Hash get the undercut as Ford stays out, and Hugh Back Onion follows Gray into the pits for their first pit stops.
And you're right, he switches to the medium compound.
Yep. Carm is still on the track, 9 lap. Really good. You still have fuel.
Yep, same with Trust No One here.
Stony have plenty of fuel.
Hash? Because there's no way he was that close. So, hold on, I'll mute my mic. I have to deal with my dogs.
It's okay. The Frenchman still in last position.
Yeah, really struggling with that.
He stay on soft tire. He had problem on of tire, and he decided to stay on soft. So I don't get it.
Well, I think him dropping down all those positions was
Well, look at that. Our top 3 continue to stay out for a 10th lap.
Yeah. Surprised. I'm surprised about that, because they were starting with only 90% of fuel. So I was expecting some people to go 9 lap, but no more than that. I'm surprised.
Yeah. definitely want to see, because does that change Unalesca's whole race? Does he go for the 3-stop and try to bring back as much time as possible, or does he stick to his strategy and just... He does get one overtake into 11th. He overtakes the Jaguar. He's a bit
I
shaky
wish I
on
could
the
watch
exit
the
of the
race
corner.
more, but I have to go to bed now due to work tomorrow. You
But
guys have a
I
great
really
night.
think that he needs to change something in his pit stops, because what I would do personally is I would, as there's a mistake by even Steven going off the track losing a little bit of time, I feel like he really needs to just push as hard as he can on soft tires and, you know, get that, just set the best laps that he can to get back in his race.
Alright, rounding the final turn, we expect to see the top 3 coming into the pits this time by. And they do.
1, 2, and 3. Which means Stony, or not Stony, Horde will take the lead of this race. But I do believe that Stony will be doing 3 stops, as Hash will be doing 2. Stony will most likely get out in front of Karm due to that 6% fuel that he does have more. Gray goes past Even Steven with a 0.5 second penalty into 3rd. And it's a good battle for 1st and 2nd.
Well, as I can kind of see what the fuel is at right now, I think what Hash has been doing these last couple laps is just sitting behind and really short shifting, because he's got quite a bit more fuel than Horde does at this time.
But Horde did go in about, was it 2 laps or 1 lap?
6. He went on the 6.
6, and when did Hash go in?
The
7. 7, I think so.
7. Yeah, so he's got 1 lap of fuel. So it's interesting. Does Hash go for the 3-stop or the 2-stop?
He probably gonna go for a 3-stop, because if you want to go like 2-stop, you have to do 1 time 10 laps and 2 time 9 laps. So he went 7 laps. So forget about this. He won't gonna go two pit stop for sure. He will pit a 3rd time.
And this is the battle for the lead right now. It is between Horde and Hash. They are bumper to bumper going down the back straight, or the start straight. Across the start-finish line, he might go for the move in the first corner. Let's see.
And he does.
Yeah.
Oh, but he backs off.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But he might have gotten it done right there. They are side by side going into the... This is a really dangerous part to go side by side. There's a little bit of contact, but Hash does
gets ahead.
However, and Horde still has a 0.5 second penalty to deal with. So, does he sit back on that?
Good fight between Karm and Stony right now.
Close.
Yeah, that they do. Right here in the hairpin. That is definitely a turn that's more suited for the smaller Hyundai Genesis. But
here is what this turn right here, the downhill, you have to be braking downhill. Let's see, you're gonna brake right on that apex of the first corner to go into the apex of the second corner and carry the speed all the way to the exit. And the exit is very important, because not only are you having the exit be a straight, like a long straight, it's also uphill. So if you use momentum, it's uphill that you're going to be gaining that momentum back. And just going back to Unalesca to check in on our second place qualifier. Him and Burial, which qualified 2nd and 4th, are both on the comeback race. So they are really going to have to race for that recover, get as much points as possible. Because right now, I forgot the point total, but that is definitely not where you want to be in the first race. But this could not be their track. You have 7 other tracks.
We have a great fight, love. Position 8 to 6, love. Right now, Carm is attacking on Stoney.
Yeah, it seems like Turismo Chubbs has lost some time on the other two that were fighting, because they were fighting last lap, and Chubbs was not close, and I'm wondering if he made a mistake, if it just wasn't... Is it tire wear? It might be tire wear, if you look.
Yeah, that is definitely a good observation, Captain, because his last time around he did a 39, while the two guys fighting behind him were doing mid-35s, so he definitely lost some time somewhere.
Going back up to first and second, there has been a gap. However, both drivers now have a 0.5 second penalty, and third place has a 0.4. Actually, my Ford is only a 4. As they both go wide.
Yeah.
All 3 of them go wide.
No.
All 3 drivers go off the grass. And is even Steve? Did he just miss the pit lane? Did he just miss the pit lane? Was he supposed to go in that lap?
Oh yeah, he was supposed.
Yeah, Ford's in.
He will be okay, but he will have to slow down. Oh yeah, he will have to slow down a lot. Oh shit. Look at his fuel. He's like around maybe 7% of fuel. So
Hash gets a 4-second penalty, or not a 4-second penalty, a 4-second gap. There's a big difference in that one. A 4-second gap from Horde in the pit lane. So I'm wondering how much fuel he saved compared going back up to even Steven. He will be hurting at the end of this.
Yeah.
I mean, he's already hurting now, but he's going to get that. He's going to get to that point where his tires are just going to not be fun to drive on at all.
Exactly like you said in the pre-show, Racing Swordman, he missed the pit.
Yeah, you missed the pit. The Kyoto forces you to do an extra tour around the track, and
yep.
It's a very strange trick. As we have a back mark, or I say back mark, it's going to be Frenchman in his pits. He's refueling. He will be under the blue flag rule as he comes out, I believe. It's
what
a
happened?
long time.
No, he's stuck in the pit, Lim. I don't know what he's doing. He's stuck there.
It's a long... Or is it glitched? As even Steve drops into 8th, but if he comes out of the pit right now, he does come out of the pit.
Yeah.
Something is...
Yeah, it looks like they might have some issues on that that TX3 Lamborghini. They might have to look under the hood.
Someone gets pushed wide. Will that be a penalty for the... It is Chubbs, which was, I believe, just cut the corner, and there is no way that... There is a big gap between Hash and Horde now, of course, those two being the race leaders going into the pits. So they will be making their 3rd pit stop on lap, I want to say 17 or 16, one of those two. Yeah, there has to be a problem with that Lamborghini in the pits. He's not coming out.
No, he's frustrated. He just sent me a message. You don't like the tire wear, so I said, okay.
And the 2 leaders both stay out, and Hash gets past the Nissan, which only has making 2 stops, so there is a good strategy that worked. He's back up into 3rd place with the other 2 not making multiple stops in 1st and 2nd. there is a problem with the Lamborghini.
I know. He abandoned the racing. He just sent me a message saying he's frustrated. So. Oh. Oh man. Okay. Bonne soirée. Good night, man. He's gone.
Well, it's definitely shaping up to be a close battle as Trust No One here and the Aston Martin Vantage is drastically closing in on that Lexus, going through the fastest portions of the track.
Those S's at the top of the hill will bring some of the most speed as the Lamborghini is finally let go out of the pits. Horde and Karm are both into the grass. They lose not too much, but time is time. And even Steven goes back up to the 7th. But going back up into the battle for the lead between Gray and Trust No One here. Both have not made their 2 pit stops. Are they? They are on different tires. If you look, behind is on the softs, but mediums for the leader.
Oh, and it's super close for the lead. I think Trust No One here is he is putting himself into contention. He has gone and taken the pass to Sergeant Gray for the lead here on lap 17.
They will need to make another pit stop while Hash and Horde are close by with more gas. But, if you look at the gas between Gray and Trust No One here, it's about a quarter of a tank difference.
Yeah.
He has been saving and being in that slipstream of Gray the entire time.
Also, mind you that it's been, 7 laps that Trust No One here has been out, while Sergeant Gray has actually extended since his last pit stop to 9 laps now.
He'll come in at the end of this lap. Or if he extends even more, I think what he could do is he could try to get an undercut, go in a lap or 2 before, set 2 clean laps, but he wants to set 2 clean laps with no traffic, because that will gain a massive amount of time. On Trust No One here, because, well, actually, if you look at it, there's not traffic until you get to Jaguar, which is just now entering the S, as they are going up the hill.
Right now we've got just 12 seconds separating the top 7.
And we have a new fastest lap of the race. It's going to be set by
Unileska and that Lamborghini.
He's going for the, are we doing an extra point for fastest lap?
He just tried to do that. He's on super soft with no fuel.
Is that something we're not doing? As we come across the start-finish line, as Gray loses the position to Haas before he goes into the pits, so that is a big thing, because now not only will he have to overtake Trust No One, he'll have to overtake Dr. Hash to get there. And Dr. Hash will go in about, I would say, 2 laps after Trust No One. And Horde has closed the gap from 5 seconds to 1.5 on Hash.
Ooh, Carm going a little too wide. XMVS is picking up a 0.5 second penalty.
Any penalty could be big because if you still look, the top 10, actually the top 6 are still very well in this race. 10 seconds separate the top 6.
And the Lamborghini has just retired from the race now.
Yeah. I knew it.
Yeah, that's definitely a tough car to drive on a track like this that requires so much out of the tires.
Hard third pit stop. Third.
That is surprising. He has to have come in because of his tires.
Exactly. But these guys stay on soft tire. They don't want to run on anything else. So no matter the tire wear, they stay on soft. He went medium. Okay.
I don't have that. So he's coming out on his lap 20. He has 8 laps to do on the. He switches to medium. He's gonna finish the race without another pit stop. We have a yellow flag. Even Steven is around.
Oh, yep.
And that is a pass from even Steven after the mistake that he made. Unlucky race for Unaleska, unlucky race. Hopefully he'll come back next week and get some good points.
Ooh, trust no one here, going a little too wide, scraping against the wall.
I think trust no one here has to come in at the end of this lap, get put on another set of softs.
Yeah.
And Hash will... I'm wondering if Hash sees him go in, will he follow him in? Will he follow him in? Because at this
Hash
point,
have no more tire to continue, so that's his problem. He has the fuel for him. Yeah.
He's gonna jump him. I think he's gonna jump in the pits.
Oh, substantially.
Yeah, he is.
8% versus 21% fuel.
Yeah.
Stoney goes in. So does, was that Carm that followed him?
Yep, Carm also.
Yeah.
Will Horde take the lead? He will. I think he will. Horde is the leader of the race, and Horde...
But not by much. It's going to be super close as Trust No One here.
Race both on... Trust No One here is on softs. I don't think that was a good choice of tires for mediums on Dr. Hash, personally.
Yeah.
I think he could have...
Trust No One.
On soft.
He managed his tire pretty good, honestly.
He does. Horde is our race leader by 4 seconds. And comes the question, will Dr. Hash fight Trust No One and try to get that position? Because if they fight, they will lose time on the leader, and that is huge. It's huge. Because if you're fighting in second and third, and first place is driving cleanly, clean laps, setting fast clean laps to the end of the race, and you guys are fighting, slowing each other down, it is huge. Because Horde is a very fast driver, and he doesn't have a pit stop left to make. The 1 lap difference on the mediums to the softs, they'll be about the same. However, Trust No One will be faster towards the end, or towards the middle of the stint. And he's made Dr. Hash with a 1.9 second penalty for, I'm guessing, cutting the S. Gray will finish the race. Stoney, Harm, Chubbs, Steven. Burial will come in one more time, I believe. And that is it. Burial will come in.
He will.
Whoa. Chubbs comes in. What will he be put onto? I'm thinking he will be put onto softs.
I don't get it. Why he went hard to...
Those softs.
No, he might make it work to his advantage, though.
He's going to try to push these last laps. As there is a fight for 5th and 4th between Stoney and Gray. and Carm. Carm is in the back. I believe. Ooh, Carm with a very good exit, and he overtakes for 5th. And that gap from 1st to 2nd is gaining very much.
Yeah.
But I would say that the 2nd to 3rd gap has gained more, and Stoney.
But you know what? Horde, he might pick the 4th time. I'm telling you. I look at his fuel right now, Horde, he's low.
If Horde hits a 4th time,
I think he will, man. I think he will.
Go on the super softs. And I don't know where he would go. But that would obviously put Trust No One in a very good position as he comes up on a back marker, a first back marker in the race.
I knew it. I told you about Horde. Horde always pit 4th time. I don't know. He's like this. So.
He's winning the race right now, but if he does pit a 4th time, then
if he's about to better, do it maybe on around lap 25, 24.
If he does, he's going to go on the super softs. And if he does go on the super softs, he's going to have that advantage. Because he's going to be on the fastest tires.
Yep.
And
his pit stop will be really quick too. He won't gonna stay long in the pit. He won't gonna take a full amount of fuel.
So I think he'll probably drop into 3rd position. I don't see him dropping other than that. He might get past in 4th position, but it'll be close. It'll be close. I like to see what happens. He doesn't pit this lap.
One thing for sure, he will definitely pit another time. It's sure. I look at his consumptions; it's way too high. So he will. He will.
It's a good ending brewing here. Because if he goes into the pits, you have Trust No One and Dr. Hash, which is gaining on Trust No One.
Oh, Hash!
A little bit of a slide, a little bit of a mistake. He'll lose a little bit of time there. It's
Hash almost lost it.
Honestly, I think he's a little bit lucky to not lose the car there, and 0.9 second penalty for Ford is awarded. As he's coming up on our first back marker, the Jaguar. So he will be pulling off of the racing line. I'm guessing after the S's, it would be a nice place to do it. But it also depends on how close the other driver is to. And the second place is gained on 3rd. And Stoney and Carm are battling in 4th about point. Yeah, this is a good battle right now.
Yeah.
Going into the last corner, it's going to be bumper to bumper.
As Horde crosses the line, 4 laps to go.
Will he pit?
He did not stop.
Big question, because if he pits,
oh, it's okay. It's okay.
Back marker, and yeah, he's going to let him go past right here. Going back to the 4th, 5th battle, it is still Stoney leading. He tries to go for the cutback. Carm goes for the cutback. Does not work out that turn. Will he go for the cutback in the second hairpin? And no, he's gonna go wide.
Yeah, no.
Big mistake. Big mistake. He does not lose a whole lot of time. However, he did manage to keep the car straight. He's still gonna be in the rear view mirrors of that GTR. He's gonna be worrying about it. And going back up to the leader Horde. Of course, getting
Well, Horde has lost half a second this lap. Trust no one here is now only 4 seconds and counting.
Or will pit this lap for sure. He will go super soft up to the end. He will.
Oh, that's going to be an interesting strategy call. Hopefully he'll be able to maybe keep a podium out of this.
There is a battle for 9th and 10th between the few.
And you're right. Horde coming into the pits with only 3 laps to go.
He is. He's going to push those last 3 laps, so I would not be surprised if he comes back and gets some positions.
Yeah, I won't be surprised too.
Where is he going to come out, though? He's going to come out in 6th. That is not very good. Because now he does not have fresh air. He's going to have to battle through these people. I think that is questionable from him, of course. Questionable. But
and
he's on
he did not take any fuel in my. That's good.
He took a little bit of fuel. He was at about a quarter of a tank, so he did take a little bit. But he's gonna get past these cars quite easily. But that puts Trust No One in the lead.
Yep.
By 3.5 seconds in front of Hash, which both do not have to pit. A 2.4 second penalty, and Stoney in 3rd place. Horde in 4th place. So it'll be interesting. Where will Horde? This is where I want to know. If Horde gets past, he will have open. He's gonna go for the move. This is not the place to go for the move. I think that that one could have not. That one.
He wasn't super soft. He was confident, so.
I think Stoney just let him pass. He knew that he was faster than he is super soft.
Yeah, probably.
Because
Carm went out.
Went sideways.
Yeah.
Gray is gonna be hoping for some fights in the last 2 laps. Of course, you have 27 and 28 are the only laps left for the top of the grid.
That's right, 2 laps to go.
Good finish, good finish. But look at the amount of time that Horde is getting on 2nd place. He is catching up so fast. He does not have to worry about saving fuel. He does not have to worry about tire. He is pushing that car to the limits.
I think he still have to.
Time, though?
That is the deal. Did he leave enough time for the pit? Would it have been better for him to pit? He is setting the fastest lap of purple sector. So the fastest lap could very well change to Horde in the Mercedes.
No. Hash tire are pretty messed up though.
Yeah, he's gained almost 3 seconds in 1 lap.
Alright, as Trust No One here.
Here
1 lap to go.
The final lap.
Yeah.
Final lap. Here we go. This is the last time they will be seeing these corners.
Oh, Horde on the inside. Yep.
Horde on the inside.
Yep.
Subposition. Yep, okay, Hash down to 3rd place. Will Hash be able to hold it from Sony? I think so. Any other battles happening? Nope, only 1st and... But will Hash be able to come back? I don't think he will. I think Horde needs to set a good lap.
Look at the tire of Karm.
That is not good. He could use a position to Gray.
Yeah, yeah, he could.
One mistake and Gray will be right there. Ford has gained, I believe, Coming down the S section, in my opinion, one of the hardest sections because this is a do or die, and it is clean from trust no one here. He goes around the last corner on the straight, and unless something very terrible happens, like an engine failure, he will be the winner of round 1 of the GT Motor Club Cup. Congratulations to the Canadian in the Aston Martin, Red Bull Aston Martin. Horde comes across in second after a questionable pit stop on lap 25, I believe.
Correct, yep. And
Hash comes across in third. A very good race from top 7. Coming across in 8th will be Chubbs.
And we have a good fight between Brill and Onion.
We have a good fight. We have a good fight going in 8th and 9th. Some good points. This could be crucial. Little bit of dirt there for Peel back on. Going across the last turn. And he is in the slipstream. He's in the slipstream. He's around. He is around the last turn.
Onion's out of fuel.
Onion is out of gas.
Out of tire too.
And he will be warming the tires coming across the line to finish off our first round of the GTMC Motor Club. Or I just said GTMC. Okay, the GTMC Cup. And what a race! What a race!
Woo!
Obviously, congratulations to the winner, and congratulations to all racers for finishing the race.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Can we call the podium and interview, please?
Mm-hmm.
Hardy can be there. You don't have a mic.
Horde can.
What a
Does Horde have
shame.
a mic? You said no?
No, he doesn't.
No.
Okay. Alright, trust no one here.
I'm really mad about this.
He talked to me about it. He'll have one by next one.
Yeah, I know.
Which is a shame because I wanted to. What was that pit stop? What was that pit stop? And our
winner of the first round of the GTMC Championship, Trust No One Here, exits as his crew sprays him with that sweet, bubbly champagne.
Of course.
And lots of Red Bull. He's getting sprayed with lots of cans of Red Bull. Well, congratulations on the victory. What were some of the keys to your race?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have 3 different pit stop strategies in all 3 positions.
When Hard is in the lobby, we have 3 pit stop strategies.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
No one ever thought about the 4th, but he knew coming into this race. He said, "I'm gonna stop 4 times. That last time, I'm gonna pass everybody." And well,
were you anxious at all, like lap 24, when it was like, hey, you know what, I'm in second, and Horde was still out there? When you saw him pit, was that super surprising? I mean, what was going through your mind? Like, oh my gosh, like maybe the strategy I have might pay off? What were you thinking? Definitely. Well, that's super exciting. Very fun to watch. Especially from that start. Seeing how close you guys were all bunched up, and as some people started to kind of push it, and starting on different tires as well. Really good strategy call on your part, coming out with the W. So good way to start your championship season.
You gonna go do some donuts?
Or eat some donuts after the race.
Either one works. Either one works. I'm down for both.
Hey, there you go. All right, there's our winner of round one in the Aston. That's Trust No One Here. All right, thank you very much. Let's
congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations.
Let's see if we can get one of the other drivers on our podium to join us in on the.
We could call Marla if you want to talk to someone in particular. Call it.
Yeah, we can call him early. Let's see. He's probably getting some coffee after that long race. Let's see.
Even Steven is probably probably heading to bed right now. So.
All right, let's see. I haven't gotten anything from Hash yet, but we had mentioned that Horde does not have a mic quite yet.
Not quite yet. Round two.
Are either of you guys expected, or did you guys had mentioned earlier in the broadcast that don't think of it differently if Horde does maybe a couple extra pit stops. The drive he had tonight, doing a 4th pit stop, did that surprise either you, Captain or Machado? Any surprise there?
Horde, going into races, he's gonna do good. You just don't know how many times he's gonna stop. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he placed first and he pitted 8 times. I did not expect him to go in for a 4th time, but it really did help him out in the.
I was.
Well, it definitely helped him finish second.
It's only him. Only him.
And one of the drivers he had to beat to that position though is our German friend, Dr. Hash. Congratulations on a podium to start the GTMC championship season, buddy. How was your race?
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah, the racing was incredible. I didn't expect that. It was really intense racing. It was really intense. Congratulations to you. Nice win. Awesome driving. I didn't have you on my plan. I was just fighting with Horde and was really thinking, okay, this is going for the win. But you came out of nowhere. Really nicely done. Good strategy. Really nice. Well done. And yeah, racing was great. I hope you enjoyed it.
Alright.
There was actually a couple of great overtakes.
Yeah.
We had some awesome wheel-to-wheel action. I really drove my ass off. I was trying to do my best.
Your friend Unalaska seems to. So he talked to me previously and he said he was frustrated about the tire wear. I know the tire wear is intense, but there's always the hard tire open, but anyone selected. So your friend was on soft tire, so. Why don't you?
It looks like. Sorry to interrupt you there. It looks like you can't use the harder tires because I get beaten in the end by the softer tires. I think I was the fastest on medium so far, but there was no chance for me to catch up with the soft tires.
Okay.
Trust No One in here was pulling away, and I noticed I did a huge mistake by going on the mediums on the last stint.
Well, great excitement to watch from the early goings, and congratulations to yourself, Dr. Hash. Thanks for talking to us this early in the morning, your time. I know it's coffee time.
Yeah, it's right now 8 in the morning.
And now you will get a lot of pressure for race 2 next week. So
there we go.
Yeah, sounds good.
You'll be a home favorite.
Yeah, that's right.
Where's Horde, actually? Would like to congratulate him.
No, it was an awesome race all the way through.
Yeah.
From first to last, everyone did great.
Yeah, Horde, unfortunately, Ash does not have a microphone. So.
Unlucky.
We are.
Yeah, then I say it's
You'll be ready.
Maybe you could call Carm and Sony. Carm and Sony, both of them, to talk about the fight at the end. It was good. Maybe.
Okay. Sure.
Should I leave? Stay in here?
Oh, you could stay there. Could stay there.
Okay. Yeah, that was really good racing.
Oh, everybody appreciated it here around. It was a really good race.
Awesome.
We were stick on our screen.
You know what?
That's good to hear. I
haven't taken a lap with the tire. I'm gonna take a lap.
Yeah, go ahead and take a lap. Well, I've scurrying down pit road, and it's super packed here in the paddock after this race. Trying to find Carm and get a word from him as well, along with Stony.
Good, clean fun, guys. Look forward to next week.
Yeah, I was actually in party chat with Stony and the other guys while racing, so that makes it a bit easier.
There's some strategy calls going out there.
No, not that really, but we were able to give each other a bit more space on track, so it helped a bit.
Absolutely. Let's send a message to these guys in the.
Or you could ask Gray, or I don't know, ask someone else. Why not? I was hoping to interview you in Alaska, but he left. So.
Yeah, he's quite tired. It's 8 in the morning right now, and we
I know.
Standing up all night. We were playing actually Rainbow Six all night long, and then
we just feel sad about this because we were expecting a lot from this guy. So he had a really good qualification, a good start of race. So we were excited, and when we saw him went off road and decided to stay on the pit, we were all really sad about
the
this.
Lamborghini is actually pretty twitchy on the chicane. Always, if you hit that curb, the car goes sideways. I was watching that the first couple of laps behind him. It was really, really unstable.
Yeah.
So not easy to drive at all. Especially if you wake up 24 hours or so.
Trying to get some other drivers to interview here at the end of our coverage. Let's see if we can get maybe even Steven or Turismo Chubbs to join us. It appears that
I left the lobby, so I don't know what happened in the lobby. So.
Okay, yeah, a couple of the guys have already logged off for the night.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
See who we can.
T3 Richard is asking to do the race again.
And hey guys, what about do you guys were looking at us on the lobby during the intro? During the pre-show? Okay. It was good, man. I think it was good.
I will rewatch it later. That's for sure.
Oh, right.
Yeah, all the replay are on the Twitch account, so I will send you the link for the replay.
All right. Well, it just so happens I was able to catch up to our 7th place finisher, Even Steven. How was your race, buddy?
It went pretty well. I did really good. I was on track to get maybe a top 5, but I really messed up badly on lap 18 or 19, and I spun out and I lost a lot of time, and yeah. I got
well, still good recovery though. Nonetheless,
yeah,
I know from my own experience driving the 911 at such a slippery track like Kyoto, you know, once the tire wear kicks in, you kind of have to kind of back up some of your turns, kind of watch, you know, how much are you going to put the power down coming down those slow corners. How was the tire wear for you, and how was your what was your choice of strategy as the after the first couple laps came into play?
I thought that the pitting 3 times would work, and the tire wear wasn't too bad, but yeah. That was okay.
All right, fair enough. Well, nonetheless, 7th place, pretty good performance, definitely.
I would have thought. What do you think about first strategy?
Sorry, your mic freak out.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, with Horde's four stop strategy. I tell you, he must have really just definitely been pushing the car to a limit, and then was like, all right, it's time to do it again. You know, pit and do it again. We also do have our 8th place finisher from Team Turismo Chubbs. How was your race?
Hello? You're watching lap 1, you know exactly how my race went.
Turismo Lancer, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, started 6th. I got up right behind the leaders there, and I was doing all right. And the Audi started going pretty bad, and I tried to keep to the outside. I was exiting the S's, and he snapped back, and that was pretty much all she wrote for me.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's like we had mentioned earlier, it's such a slippery track, right? And with the 9 times tire wear, and we also noticed at the start that people were starting on the soft tires, people were starting on the medium tires, and just kind of how that came into play. Yeah, the driver actually that scored the fastest lap, his tires were, it was just like so hard to control the car in that Lamborghini, but yeah, I unfortunately I think you were caught up in just a racing incident, but yeah, from that point on, you were putting in some pretty good consistent laps though. I know that Mitsubishi is not the easiest car to drive, especially for a track like this that has so many elevation changes.
Yeah, definitely. So. Definitely, those S's were tough. So.
Well,
in my opinion, the S's on the top of the hill were the I would say second hardest part of the track, because for me, on this track, going backwards is that downhill right turn where you have to brake right at the bottom and then go into the chicane. That is one of the toughest parts. And then you have S's on the top, which if you're going side by side on someone's gonna die. Someone's gonna die.
Yeah, at that point I think it's just a game of chicken, you know, because
yeah,
I think in the hundreds of races at this track, I don't think I've ever seen 2 people be able to make it all the way through that downhill S's side by side. I'm not sure if that's possible. So it didn't happen tonight, I don't think. Hopefully.
Oh,
so,
it almost did. It almost did. Stoney backed out because Horde went side by side. Stoney backed out.
Yeah, that was the game of chicken to the extreme.
I mean, last 2 laps too. Like that was right at the end. If they came together, that was controversy at the top of the hill.
Yep. All right. Well, yeah, greatly appreciate you speaking to us, and hopefully we'll see you we'll see each of you at round 2 next Friday, and to those just tuning in at the very last second, this is the start of the brand new GTMC tonight. Go ahead and tune in. Check out our broadcast live stream here on Twitch TV. This is the Motor Club new championship. Next Friday, 11:30 p.m. Eastern time, will be round 2 of the series at the Nürburgring GP circuit. All right, do you want us to go ahead and wrap this up, Machado?
Oh no, keep going. Close that, man.
We have
You're
Stoney
good.
here. We have Stoney here.
Oh, Stoney.
Oh,
Okay.
we do have Stoney here.
Okay, let's go with the last interview. Okay.
Absolutely. Well, Stone, that was something. You had a super fast Mercedes AMG that challenged you into that downhill S section with just a few laps to go.
Went hard, yeah. I seen him coming. I kept looking up in my mirror, and every time I looked up, he was just like 3 or 4 car lengths closer. And finally, I was just like, okay, I better get out of his way right now. And it wasn't really a great spot, but it worked out pretty good actually, where I let him by. But I was able to keep going, not really losing any time. It was a really good race. I had a blast.
Awesome.
What do you say about the 4-stop strategy by Horton?
Yeah, he did
that's
four
crazy.
stops.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I did a 2-stopper, but I was conserving pretty much the whole time, and the last stint I did 2 10-lap stints, you know, and then that left me 8, and I thought I could. I got 9 laps of fuel, and then I was running 1, but I pretty much burned up my fuel, and I was wearing out my tires, so I ended up having to kind of conserve fuel at the end, the last few laps, just so I would make it to the end and still have some tires. I kind of wish I would have went maybe 11 laps on that second stint instead of just 10. But obviously, you know, there's a number of different ways you could slice that up. I wish FIA would learn from this and give us some longer racing. These little sprint races are ridiculous, and this is a lot better. You know, 45-minute race, that's the race.
Yeah,
absolutely. You know, as you mentioned with that, and having this open tire selection that we have for this series is pretty cool, because up here in the box, you know, watching the start and seeing people starting on multiple different tire compounds and just how is that going to play, unbelievable. But good, congratulations to you. I know the fans at Kyoto here in Japan were absolutely stoked that you know, to see the Nissan GTR get in the top 5. You know, that's awesome. So
yeah. From 9th to 5th, I was pretty happy with my run there for sure.
Definitely.
I have one more question. Did the race restart affect any of you guys?
In the beginning, having to restart it? I you know, not really. It was kind of weird, you know, like we had to, I don't know, I guess we got back out there and waiting for everything to work, you know, set up again or whatever. It worked out fine, I guess, you know. It's hard to tell, but it did kind of mess with you a little bit.
Yeah, there was apparently a giant snake on the truck.
Oh.
I got a bad start on the first race, at the first attempt we start, and I got overtaken by 2 cars, I guess, and yeah, I actually got a bit of an advantage by the restart, I would say, because the second start went just perfect.
So we know who planted the snake.
I do gotta say, I was on the opposite side of that spectrum for the restart. My first start, I started 6th and got all the way up fighting for 4th place before having to restart.
Who's talking?
Turn, so,
who's talking?
Chubb.
Okay.
And then second restart, could only keep up with 5th place side by side, so definitely lost out on having to restart.
We'll definitely, and nonetheless, really appreciate all that clean driving we saw tonight. That's always the hard part when you've got multiple strategies, and you know, we've got what, 14 cars plowing into turn 1.
Yeah.
You know, minimal amount of contact tonight. So that was really, really nice to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was pretty happy with that. I was like, okay, guys, on the outside, and it was scary out there, but I was like, all right, everybody held their own, and it worked out great. We all made it through there.
Let's just wait to talk about the first corner until race 5. Because Monza is a whole different story.
Well, and yeah, exactly. Speaking of interesting turn ones,
yeah, number 2, GT, that one's brutal.
Yeah, round 2 next Friday. Especially on cold tires. I mean, you've got that elevation change difference for turn 1. That's going to be something. To see everyone get out of there clean next week is going to be. That'll be a blessing for sure.
Little give, little take.
Absolutely. Well, I will go ahead and turn it over to my co-host. I believe we're done with the interviews for for
we're done. We're done.
This race. Thank you all for watching us.
Just make a little reminder of the tomorrow, next week race 2.
Yep, absolutely. So as we mentioned at the start of this broadcast, round 2 of the GTMC Cup will actually be this upcoming Friday. That's June 21st. Again, broadcast will be here live at 11:30 Eastern with our half-hour pre-race show. With
45-minute maybe.
Exactly, that 45-minute signature GTMC endurance style race. So looking forward to it. So look forward to you guys tuning in again.
Okay, thank you, gang. Bye. Have a good evening. Thank you, everyone. Be there next week.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, bye.
Thank you for hosting. Thank you for watching.
Okay, bye.
All right.